It's the Jill of all trades, Michelle C, aka DJ Make a Move. She cute. Your host of Kandid Kisses TV, everywhere you need to be. And if you don't know by now, it's not your typical interview, y'all.
Kandid Kisses blown away. Kandid Kisses TV for tomorrow today. Man, throw that auto-tune on that bitch. Have me sound like Teddy Payne.
Hi there, this is Kim Cole, and you are rocking with Kandid Kisses TV.
It's your boy Talent, baby. Michelle and Kandid Kisses TV with my girl Michelle C. Don't take it personal.
Yo, what's up? It's Bruh Man from the fifth floor. In the ATL, chilling with Kandid Kisses TV.
What's up, y'all? You're watching Kandid Kisses TV with my homegirl, Michelle.
Hello there. Have you asked yourself what you're missing? I have. It's Kandid Kisses TV.
What's up? It's your girl Tanjareen, and you are rocking with Kandid Kisses TV and my girl Michelle C. Follow me at official Tanjareen.
All right. It is another episode of Kandid Kisses TV. I'm your girl Michelle C, aka DJ Make a Move, the Jill of all trades. Now, before we get started, I need you to lean in real quick and listen to this. I need you to subscribe. I'm going to give you a secret. It's free. Go ahead and do it. That's all I'm saying. But I'm bringing you another dope talent like I always do. Okay, I got to read off the resume because this one right here, she does her thing, okay? You may see her on... You may have seen this hilarious actress, comedian, producer, host on Bounce TV's Family Time, HBO's Insecure, Curb Your Enthusiasm, and even The Days of Our Lives. You also seen her beyond the TV screen and on the big screen with movies like I Got the Hookup 2, Love for Sale, and Johnson Family Vacation. Beyond her acting career, she is also an entrepreneur. That's right, her. She is the founder and creator of Citric Inc, who has won multiple awards for her star-studded projects and ripping up the comedy stages with laughter all over. Give it up for Miss Tanjareen Thomas.
Yay! Thank you. Thank you. Kisses, kisses, hugs. Thank you for that intro. Thanks for having me today.
Please let everybody know how to find you as if they don't know, but go ahead and let them know your social media handles now.
Oh, it's so funny. My Cash App is in here for my other show that I do. I'm not begging for money, y'all, but my name is spelled Tanjareen like this, like it is on my hat. I'm on all social media sites. If you type this in, you will find me. Official Tanjareen on Facebook, Official Tanjareen on Instagram, and just regular Tanjareen on Twitter, YouTube, Periscope, Official Tanjareen on Twitch. Yeah, just type it and spell it like this, and you'll see my little black face, probably wearing something orange.
All right, so let's get into it. Well, first of all, I'm going to ask the obvious question I always ask. Who are you named after, or was your mom just saying, okay, that's what I'm going to go with?
My name is, it means bringer of energy, health, joy, and light. If you put a bunch of these African syllables together. And so that's why I live my life, to help people. I'm a wellness consultant. I'm, super into health. I'm super into being the life of the party. I can cheer you up at a funeral. I'm just, woo, without being like over the top. She's annoying, get away from me kind of chick, but I just try to bring light wherever I go.
Well, you know what? It's funny that you say you can be the light at a funeral, because that is the place that I'm supposed to laugh. But I'm not gonna lie to you. The way my Philly is set up, I done been in a couple of funerals where I'm over there cracking up, and I know better, but I couldn't help it.
But that's what the person who passed away would want, for you to still, remember their happy times and gather around to have happy times in their honor.
Absolutely. So when did you know that the entertainment industry is exactly what you wanted to do?
When I was 6 years old, and they all make you do that play that you do every year in school, in elementary school. That's when I knew. I did Hansel and Gretel. I was a gingerbread man, had a cardboard cutout that I stood behind, had one line, and I loved the control of when I said my line. The whole cafetorium started to laugh, and I was like, oh, I did that. I was like, whatever this feeling is right here, I want to create that for the rest of my life. So I didn't know what it was called yet, but I was like, this is what I'm going to do. And I made my mind up in first grade.
So when was your first time, other than first grade, but when you started doing it and looking at it as a profession and getting into it, what was your first time on stage like?
I took a bunch of acting classes in elementary school and junior high. So I started doing theater at Inglewood Playhouse in Inglewood, where I'm from. So my first time on stage was probably like fifth grade. So I was 10. And I was in an adult play called The African American that was super, super dope. And then another play that the same director did right after that. So all of us kids working with those seasoned adults, like, was a great acting class for us because we had to know our marks and our cues and our lines. And we watched them emote every night. And you can go from happy to crying. And there were songs in it. It was a musical. So I learned a lot between the ages of 6 and 10. And then I started to take actual classes after that. And then I started doing TV when I got my second year of college, I think. Yeah. So and then I quit the job that I had at Paramount Pictures, and I was like, okay, I'm ready. I'm not going to have a job to fall back on. I'm not going to have a plan B. I'm just going to pursue this. And
You
that's
weren't
what I'm doing.
terrified?
What'd you say?
You weren't terrified?
I was, but I knew that God had me. I was like, I'm going to step out on faith. He put this bug in me when I was 6. And I've been putting it off because my mom said, go to college. So I was like, okay, fine. I'll go to college. And I went to college and I majored in TV, film, and production. So I could learn both sides of the camera. Because I was like, I'm not going to go here and major in engineering or psychology or something that I would be great at, but still not be happy at work. So I want to make sure I'm happy every day that I get up and go to work. So I majored in behind the camera so I could know both sides and understand how everything goes, and then have my own production company one day, which I now do. And then I pursued it full time. So yeah, I was scared. I had job security. I had a check every Thursday for the same amount. My bills were covered, more than covered. And I had my own little interns that reported to me. And they came from the same college I had just graduated from. So I was just like, I'm telling them what to do. And I was in class with them. But I left all of that behind. And I was like, nope, I want what I want. And
did you take your interns with you? Because that's what I would have did. That's what I did. On the side, you know.
I did not, because when you first start acting, it's just like when you first start doing anything. It's like working in the mailroom of a corporate job and you're on the first floor. When you start acting, you're doing low budget projects and you're doing things as favors for copy and credit and background acting and all that stuff. So ain't no intern gonna report to me when I'm behind the main actor in the movie. So
well, you don't know. You might have somebody that be like, I believe in you, baby. I'm riding with wherever you go.
Well, I got some now, but I didn't have any then.
Listen, I know. Look, I've done the background and stuff, and it's fun for networking, but it is a long, strenuous day, and you be like, okay, look, I need to get more money for this.
Yeah, I did it. And I learned a lot, and I networked. They tell you not to talk to the director, not to talk to the main actors and all that stuff, and to stay in your lane. Tanjareen finna go bring her energy, joy, and light over to the main cast. So I made a lot of friends, got a lot of connections, got some acting jobs out of it. I have some friends that I still have to this day, also qualified for my SAG health insurance because I did it on a consistent basis, and I was union. So I was making a nice amount of money every week. So I don't regret it. I learned a lot. I made a lot, and I have my health benefits.
Listen, the union struggle is a struggle on both sides of the coin because I'm a licensed professional makeup artist. So you understand. I know in the acting thing is different, but it's the same beast on the makeup artist side, honey. Baby, listen, you got the hustle network and everything else.
Yeah, you can't get in the union with the makeup until you have enough hours on union jobs. And the makeup people are like, well, how am I supposed to get on union jobs if I'm not union?
And they don't want to put you on them. Exactly. It's like trying to get credit. How am I gonna get credit if you ain't gonna give me credit?
Right. Exactly.
But the networking is key, I must say. So when did you decide to flip it over and to get onto the comedy stage?
That happened I just did the black girl. Y'all heard that? That happened in 2018. Okay. I had been producing comedy shows with some of my comedian friends. I had a lot of comedy friends, and I had been on sitcoms and comedic movies for years. I had done sketch comedy with a troupe of other sketch comics. And then our group of like 5 or 6 comics had gone down to 4 and then went down to 2. And it was just me and this other guy, Dino Shorte, on the stage. And people were like, you might as well do stand-up comedy. It's just 2 of you. And when he goes backstage to change clothes, you're entertaining us by yourself. And I'm like, no. That's too scary. That's too scary. I can do it if I'm pretending to be a character and I come in and I get dressed and I do something silly. And, I'm Whitney Houston or I'm Wendy Williams or whatever. But in 2018, I was talking about one of the comedic shows that was on TV to my husband, and he was listening to the passion in my mouth, and he was like, "You need to start doing comedy. I'm sick of hearing you talk about it. You love it. You are serious about it. You need to start." And he's been doing comedy at that point for like 13, 14 years, and he's really, really funny. And our best friend and him I'm around them all the time, and I was just like, "Oh, you think?" And then I got scared, and he was like, "I'm signing you up for an open mic, and you're gonna go. What date works for you?" And I just threw out a date, and he signed me up. That day came, And I was like, oh, babe, I got a meeting with my client because I'm also a host for events. And so I had an event coming up and I planned a meeting at that time to get out of going to do that comedy. So I was like, babe, I can't go. And he was like, okay, I'll take you next week. And I was like, dope. So he put me in his truck and brought me down there the next week. He did not let me crawl out of that truck. He made me go in there and do comedy. And they were laughing so hard at me. And they were like, when I told them at the end, this is my very first time ever doing comedy, they all were like, what? We couldn't even tell. And I was like, oh, that gave me the confirmation of, okay, maybe I could do this. And so I just started March of 2018.
Now, how did you come up with your set? Because I mean, I know you did the behind the scenes with the, writing, the producing. So writing was naturally, easy for you, obviously. But with you not wanting to get on stage that abruptly, like, did you just say, okay, I'm just going to think of it as I get on the stage? Or did you say, okay, let me have something prepared just in case I get on this stage?
That's a great question. I actually used to write little jokes because I host events and because people will hire me to host their event with 300 guests or 400 guests. I would think of little funny things to say in between time when I'm waiting on the DJ to do something or I'm waiting on the montage to start. And then I would get on stage to introduce the people on the shows I was producing. I would come up and open the whole show like, hey, this is what's about to happen tonight. And I would have a couple of things written. So I was always typing in my phone little parts of sets when I would host a boxing event or whatever, fashion show. So I had all that stuff saved. Maybe I knew I was going to start doing comedy. I had it saved. And so when I was preparing to go to that open mic, I just started pulling that stuff up like, oh, yeah, let me say this and put that with that and then segue this with this. And it was like, oh, yeah, I was supposed to be doing this a long time ago.
That's like writing a song. That's how I write my song. I'm like, oh, yeah, that will go here. So it makes total sense. I have plenty of comedian friends. It's so funny. And I mean, because I've been doing makeup for years. So I'm always back there doing somebody's makeup or whatever. So comedy has always been around me. And there's so many people like, why don't you just do comedy? I was like, no, that's not my lane. I don't know if I want to do that. But it's funny that what you said just made me think. I'm like, dang, I do that. I literally have. Like, I don't know. The stage is a whole. I guess because I've seen it from both sides. So I've seen the people get booed, and I'm like, I know I'm sensitive about my shit. So I don't think I can handle the boo because I would want to step outside and be like, all right, let's come on.
Well, here's the thing. Nobody who's done 4 seasons of a podcast plus all the other motivation and horoscope stuff that you do is going to get booed. You know what to do in front of a camera. You know what to do in front of an audience. But it's good to have a night that doesn't go so well. You need to always challenge yourself to say some different jokes. Okay, that set worked 10 different clubs. Let me add this to it and let me add that to it. Or let me retire those jokes for a while and let me write a whole new set. And so while you're working it out, you're going to get some crickets and you're going to get some people that are looking at you like, but you start with something you know is funny. Then you work the new stuff in the middle. Then you end with things that you know are funny. So they can be like, okay, she's really funny. She just was working on some other shit in the middle of this. So yeah, you're not going to get booed. You don't got to fight nobody in the parking lot, boo.
I don't know, because I'm a thug. Well, I have no problem squaring up. I've been squaring up since I was 3. So
you got brothers? You got brothers? You got brothers?
I do have a brother. I'm actually from Los Angeles, so I'll whoop your ass in a minute with no problem.
Hey, West Side.
So moving on, who is your favorite female comedian? Well, other than yourself, obviously, because you got to toot your own horn.
No. I'm not my favorite. I'm still new in this game. I wouldn't even say myself. I laugh really hard at a few people. Just Niche is one of my favorites. Yes. Kanisha Buss is one of my favorites. They're both friends of mine as well. Zainab Johnson for the classy intellectual side. Because Just Niche is that hood, I'm gonna say what I'm not supposed to say kind of comedy. Kanisha is the same, but hers is about I'm a drunk and now I'm a mom. And then Zainab is more like, I'm smarter than everybody and I'm beautiful, but I'm also very, very funny. So try not to be distracted by my looks and hear these really intelligent jokes. So I would put those 3 up there. Takara Hollywood is a good friend of mine. She's hilarious. She was on Bring the Funny. But yeah, there's a lot of women that are doing their thing. Of course, I love Tiffany Haddish. I've been friends with her for years. So I'm excited to see where her life has gone, because she went from just the homie that we're both trying to make it in acting to her being a freaking A-list actor. And I'm just like, oh, you're up there with them? Like, oh my God, I'm so excited. So yeah,
I love the way that she's giving back too.
Yeah,
she ready to be like, all right, y'all done made it. I'll see y'all later. But she's actually giving back, and that's really dope.
And that's because she came up under Kevin Hart, and he gives back. He does specials and includes people. He's trying to put the Plastic Cup Boys on to things. And so, yeah, I love that about her as well. And how can you grow up in foster care and not want to help somebody? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I love her for that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's funny you mentioned Zaynab. I don't know who the lady is, but I've heard her name so many times. I have to Google her now because you're like the 10th person I've heard mention her name.
She's very funny and very. She looks like a model. She looks like she's like 5'11". She's chocolate. She had shaved all her hair off and was still a baddie. And she's slim. Yeah, and she's just really classy. I'm the opposite. She's very. Her shoulders will be back right now if she was doing this interview. Let me sit up like Zaynab. There we
go. so she gives very much. I have arrived.
Yes. Okay. And we love her for it.
All right. Now, what is the hardest thing that you had to deal with being a comedian as a female?
You know what? I would say my journey is so different because I've heard horror stories about what comedians go through. They've had to like maybe suck dick or fuck somebody to go on tour with them. A lot of guys that bring a girl to open for them, the girls have been, made passes at, or they've had to do certain things to get that spot, regardless of how funny they are. And if they turned it down, they might not be allowed that job. I've heard of people, having to get hit on just to get some stage time and stuff like that. But because I came from the world where I was already on a sitcom, I was already producing shows, and I was already known in most of the comedy clubs that I go to in LA, then it wasn't, and I have a husband that's in comedy. So nobody's coming at me like, yo, if you give me some head, nobody's coming at me like that. It's like, my husband will fuck you up if I don't do it first. So,
well, see, you blessed. You had somebody to go in there with you. It's not like you're like a single female going out, like, let me do this comedy thing. Like, you got somebody like, try me if you want to.
Right. And I will say we have separate careers. We're both actors, writers, sketch comics, stand-up comics, and all that. But we don't have a group email address and a group YouTube page and a group Facebook page. Everything we do is separate. So when I go to the comedy clubs and when I book my shows, I book them by myself. But most people know, oh, that's his wife. Like, leave her alone. That's his wife. And she doesn't need this. She's already made a great living. So if you tell her she got to do something for the stage time, she'll probably just go in her car and go home. So, so I don't have the stories that most girls had. But it's unfortunate that they have that's what society is, where women are treated like, I don't care how funny you are. What can you give me before I give you the stage time? And it's like, come on, dude. So I don't think I have any because I was a woman stories yet.
And then when they introduce you, like, so now this funny lady, like, can't you just be funny? Why you got to be the funny lady?
Yeah, they always go, so are y'all ready for a female? And it's like, look, just keep the jokes going. Just tell us who's next, bro. Just tell us. Yeah.
So let me ask you, what part of the industry do you enjoy the most? Is it more of the acting? Is it the comedy? Or is it creating your own projects?
I think right now I love creating my own projects more than anything. I was a producer. I started my production company in 2008, but I love putting out fires. When you're producing something and you have a plan, it never goes that way. So you have to have a backup, and you have to rehire people, and you have to maybe change the time or the schedule, or you got to get the graphics redone at the last minute. I love putting out those fires because I usually am a part of the stuff I produce. So I get to see myself living my dream as an actor, but then also knowing that I put that puzzle together. I made sure those pieces fit. That looks great. And now with the pandemic, I've created 2 live shows that I have to create every single week without, it doesn't matter how I feel. It doesn't matter if I'm in the mood. I just have to keep coming up with it. And when it's a success, I get to sit back and go, that was great. So I think it used to be more actor because I like the feedback of, oh, that was great. And I loved sitcom acting in front of a live audience because it was like runway modeling or something, or stage play modeling, stage play acting, where you get the immediate feedback from hearing the applause from the audience or hearing the from the audience. But now lately it's mainly producing for sure.
I'm sure it's always great to see your production, and when you see it does well, it's like, oh yeah,
yes,
it's really fun. So
it's not even about the numbers, because the numbers are great too. But even on a show where the numbers aren't great, if I had a good time and the people in the comments tell me they had a good time, then that was a success to me. I'm like, okay, I entertained people during this pandemic. And that's really what I'm just trying to do. Get everybody's mind off of all the crazy shit that's going on in the world. And let's just, should I not be cursing? I'm sorry. All the crazy stuff that's going on in the world. Okay. And just relax and have some fun with the Bring Your Energy Health Joy Light.
So when is the seminar for Tanjareen social media etiquette 101?
You know, it's so funny.
You're out there doing your thing with this social media. Like, I'm a baby in this thing.
I actually get asked that a lot, so I am going to have to put something together because I do love helping people. And just like I told you, I was like, sis, you are so organized. You have so much content you're putting out, and this beautiful background, the beautiful beat face, like everything is scheduled at a certain time, and all these working pieces and the promos coming out and the graphics for the flyer. Like, you're doing all this work and you don't have enough people looking at it for what you deserve. Right. And it's a couple simple things I could teach you to tweak it. And you'll be like, oh man, I was working all this hard for nothing. Like, I can.
We don't talk about it off camera because if you're doing a seminar, you got to charge them for that. Don't charge me, but charge them. What is something valuable you learned during the quarantine time?
I learned that I get along well with my husband, because if I didn't, we would be choking each other to death, and I would probably be on my way to divorce court. But we actually are really good friends before we got married, and this pandemic has made us even closer and fall asleep laughing and stay up all night talking and stuff like that. I've learned that I don't mind staying home. I like it here. I don't like being told that I need to stay home, because I'm rebellious. So I want to go out, but because you told me I couldn't go out. But I actually like my house. I like the comfort of it. And I've learned that in trying times, people look to art. You know, when you're stuck at home, you're binging a show, you are looking for a movie. And as a content creator, this is a great time for us. So I've learned to pivot and to make sure that I keep putting out content, to make sure that I can be of service to people and also financially benefit from it. I've learned to try a bunch of new foods. I've learned that Instacart, DoorDash, and Postmates are amazing.
Right.
So when I leave my house, it's really just me riding my bike around the neighborhood, or me just driving my car to get a car wash and come right back home, because I don't need to go anywhere, because I get everything delivered every other day. Amazon, Instacart, like, I should do an ad for them, but everybody in the world could do an ad for them, because I know we're all using them, but I'm using them too much. I'm spending way too much on it, but I've learned that I'm grateful for them. That's what I've learned.
Now, what is your ultimate goal in this industry?
One of my ultimate goals is to produce my own scripted content that I'm also a part of as an actor, but an executive producer of as well. And to have that be a hit series on a major network or streaming platform. I would love to be like Sarah Jessica Parker starred in Sex and the City, but she was also an executive producer. And that went on for multiple seasons. And then they made a movie out of it.
Right.
And then another movie. I would love that kind of opportunity where I am on both sides of the camera, and that it's a hit, and that it's on a major network. She was on HBO. I would love to be on HBO so I could be uninhibited. But now with all these streaming sites, you know, it could be Amazon, Netflix, FX, you know, just any network that would allow me to be authentic without having to censor myself. That would be dope. And if it's comedy, and if I get to fight somebody in it too, because I do action stunts. Ooh, if I can do something like,
I thought you a stunt woman.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a professionally trained boxer, and then I took action stunts classes right as the Black Panther was finished casting, and I didn't make it in there because I didn't have enough stunts training when I went to the audition. But I was like, I should have been preparing for this. I didn't know that we had a chance to do this kind of role, because we wasn't doing this before. They were hiring white people to do stunts for people of color. Like, it was a weird thing that was going on, but it's changing now. So I started late. And I was like, I'm getting in Black Panther too. And I didn't, but I can now beat up people on camera and in real life. So it's cool.
That's all that matters is you can throw them hands. That's all that matters. Because if the wrong person come jump up to get beat down. So try me if you want to.
Hey.
I got a homeboy. He's an actor. I don't know if you know him yet, but he's been doing stuff for a long time. Kevin Walton. He's on the show, Tyler Perry show Sisters. And he plays the I forgot his name is Aaron on the show, but he's actually a stunt man too. And I was talking about, you start doing stuff? He was like, I've been doing that, Michelle. I was like, oh, my bad. Didn't know you could. That level.
Yeah, the show that I'm on, Family Time,
Mhm.
there was a girl named Melinda was her character, but she's KJ Smith and she's the lead in Sisters. So I had to watch every episode because that's my girl. And I was like, she didn't come back to Family Time when she got the Tyler Perry thing. She was like, oh, I don't need you guys anymore. I'm the lead over here. So bye-bye.
She's not lying.
She's not.
She's not lying at all, because let me tell you something. I was blessed to actually do makeup for Tyler Perry for Sisters in
nice.
Oval a couple of like months ago, right? And that's the first time I've ever been on that lot. When I tell you that lot alone just makes you like, all dreams are possible. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna get to this level, but it's coming though.
You're already there because you were on the lot. So that's dope.
Well, yeah, that's the networking again. I got homies in high places. I'm not in the high places, but they are.
That's great. That's good for you. I haven't visited it yet, but when I saw it on TV, I was just like, wow, look at him.
It's almost like visiting Disney World for the first time.
That's crazy.
It's like, what is in all this? It's overwhelmingly amazing. It's just like, God.
That's great. And it's bigger than our biggest lots out here in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
So that is huge. And I know that Paramount Pictures or like NBC is just like, man, how did this brother do this? How did he go out there and say he didn't need us and make his own? And then he made it bigger than ours. And now
he's quick too.
Yeah.
Listen, I've never been on a set where literally I'm not even kidding you. I know we filmed at least 4 episodes that day.
Oh yeah.
I'm like,
oh. My boy Barry Brewer is on the show Bruz. And they shot 19 episodes in 4 days. And I was just like, because I had Tyler Perry on my vision board because I wanted to work with him, and I usually get what I want when I make my vision boards.
Claim it.
But amen. But when I saw 19 episodes in 4 days, I said, now, Tanjareen, are you sure you want to work with this man? Because it's going to be tiring.
No, it's smooth. You're working fast, but you don't even notice that you're working fast.
What about the actors who had to learn all them lines?
Well, I don't know about that part.
That's what I'm saying. You had to put the makeup on, and once they were set, you could change some eyeshadow between scenes. But they had to learn the lines. That was the easiest job I ever had, baby.
Look, I did my makeup, and we sitting there eating cookies and watching and laughing all day.
See, that's what I'm saying. The actor has to change clothes, change hairstyles. I see them wearing wigs. I see why, because they don't have time to get their hair done, and all those lines they have to keep learning. And then I'm just like, and they don't get a second take. I talked to my boy Big Ja. He's on Bruh as well. He was like, oh, no. You say it one time and they move on. I'm just like, oh my God. We shoot fast.
It's almost like an acting workshop, but live.
Exactly. And we shoot fast. I work with Bentley Kyle Evans on the show Family Time. He created the show, Jamie Foxx Show, Martin, Love That Girl. And so he has his own studio. He's got his mini version of the Tyler Perry studio here in Northridge, California. It's called Harvest Studios. And so we might shoot 13 episodes in 12 days. Okay. And that's unheard of because, in a major network, you take 1 week to do one episode. So and then you work 3 weeks and you take a week off to relax. Then you work 3 more weeks, take a week off to relax. So that's why a whole season could take you, months. But with these brothers, they're like, nope, we got this much money and we want to spend it this way. And we don't want to have the crew here that long. So it's like an episode a day. But Tyler Perry's like, no, we can do 4 or 5 a day. Don't worry, y'all got this. And I'm just like, whoa. But I still want to meet the brother. And I want to be on a first name basis with him. So
when I tell you it's gonna be the best experience you ever had, like I'm acting like I know, but look, whenever you pull up, you're gonna have so much fun. You're gonna be like, you know what? I was tripping, I can do this.
I feel like because I've been working with Bentley Kyle Evans, I'm the perfect person to start working with Tyler because I've had the experience of having to learn my lines so quickly. And I already learned lines fast anyway, but I've been doing 8 seasons of that show, plus another show before that I did with him. So I feel like if Tyler Perry ever met me, he'd be like, oh, I should have been hired her. So Tyler, listen, I'm your girl. Exactly. I can handle it. All right, there we go.
And then when you need me to pull up to be in one of your productions, hello.
As a makeup artist, or do you want to perform your comedy?
I can do it all.
Okay, just to make sure you got to make the vision plain. So excellent.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, I could be in the front and the back of the camera just like you, honey. Let's go.
Hey.
Now, what's one movie that kept you laughing from beginning to end?
Bridesmaid is the first one that comes to mind.
Baby, listen.
Team America is one of my favorites. Zoolander. One of my favorites. But yeah, Bridesmaids is the first one to come to mind because I went in the theater not knowing what to expect. And I begged my boyfriend at the time, now husband, to go in there with me. And he was like thinking in his mind, he was like, I don't want to see this chick flick. What the fuck? And we got in there and we were dying from the beginning to the end. And Team America, the puppet movie that was created by the guys who did South Park, they say the things that you can't say as a human, but they're puppets. Right. And so it's so ridiculous. And it's about the industry and casting couch and all this other crazy stuff. It's just so funny. I can watch it over and over again. And Zoolander with the Magnum and the Blue Steel Pose, like those movies, those are the first three to come to mind.
Now, what's your favorite scene on Bridesmaids?
Probably them crapping while she's walking across the street in the beautiful expensive gown, and she can't get to a toilet in time because all the other girls are using the toilets in the sink to throw up and crap. And it's just like they painted a picture of how fancy this bridal boutique is and how they're giving you champagne and everything is so expensive. And for them to all have to take a crap in their clothes, and then she can't even make it across the street, and she just slowly starts squatting on the ground as she crosses the street in this big gown. I was in tears when I saw that in the theater. I was like, I can't believe they put this on the screen.
No, my favorite part was the airplane scene when she kept trying to get to first class.
Oh, yes. That was funny too.
She put her glasses on. He was like, she's like, no, it's not me. It's not me. He said, it is you. You just put on glasses. No, it's not me.
It was so stupid. But then also when they were saying the speech and she kept trying to one up the other girl every time they and I was just like, this movie is funny. Like every scene is funny. It is giving away puppies like as a gift. Like, come on, what are we doing?
Right.
Ridiculous.
Now, if you weren't doing comedy, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't doing stand-up comedy, and if I wasn't acting, and if I wasn't producing,
right? Like if you had
to wasn't in the industry,
9 to 5, what would it be?
I love photography, so I would probably do photography, and I love fitness. I always said I wanted to be a 90-year-old fitness instructor, so I would probably be teaching some type of high impact aerobic class or whatever the newest fad is. I will be teaching that. And taking pictures, because I take a lot of pictures right now. I capture the moments of everything I do, and people that are with me are so tired of me pulling out my camera, but then they're like, yo, can you send me that picture? Oh, the one you complained about when I put my camera out? Yeah, sure. The one that I posted a whole album and you shared it and saved all. Yeah. So I'm the historian. So I would be photography and some kind of fitness class instructor.
So for the inquiring minds that want to know, what is a sober vegan?
I don't drink alcoholic beverages. I started drinking in junior high. I stopped by 11th grade. So I've been sober since 11th grade. I don't drink a sip on New Year's Eve to toast. Some people say they don't drink. And then when you're with them, they have wine every other night, or they do a shot when they're with friends to turn up. I really don't drink. I don't like the taste of it. I would need to chase it, and whatever I'm chasing with, I'd rather drink that anyway. So just give me the pineapple juice. Just give me the cranberry juice. I'm cool with that. And vegetarian, I'm plant-based. I don't eat, beef, pork, steak. I just eat vegetation. Every now and then, maybe a little bit of white fish, but for the most part, I started eating vegan in the year 2000. My body changed. I had way more energy. I started studying about what meat was doing to our families, our ancestors. The reason that we have strokes and heart disease and cancers and all this stuff is coming from us with the sugar addiction, the meat intake, the chemicals, the alcohol. We're doing this to ourselves. And then we're sad when somebody dies and we want to put the picture up and say, fuck cancer, or, oh, I lost another one, heart disease. And it's like, well, if you guys would stop teasing me about the way I eat and just try it, because I'm not eating it because it's nasty. Like, it's delicious. I make a mean vegan soul food platter. There's so many different types of foods to try that don't have meat in them, but they're based on the ones that do, so that you can still feel that comfort food. But I just want to help people know that you can eat deliciously and still be happy, but live a lot longer and a lot healthier. Because you can live, but you're on like 10 medications for your last 10 or 15 years, and you're back and forth to the doctor because you're slower and your bones are cracking and all that stuff. All that's preventable. So I'm a sober vegan because I want to live a longer, healthier lifestyle without prescriptions and without aches and pains.
That's right. I'm not a drinker like that. Now, if I do drink, it's literally once a year on my birthday, and whatever it is. It's so sweet. I'm either to just drink the sweet juice. I'm not a drinker like that. Like people say, "Well, you're so funny." I'm naturally stupid. I ain't got to have a drink to be stupid.
Yeah, that's the same thing with me. Like people will party with me back when we were allowed to go party, and then they would the next day be like, "Girl, you were so drunk. You did this, you did that." I'm like, "No, I remember it all. I was sober.
Right.
That was pineapple juice.
Look, I know what I said.
I know what I did. Yeah, that was a Shirley Temple I was drinking. I was lit because I'm lit. Like I'm
Right.
naturally lit.
So what now? I do have to ask before we move on to the next question. How did you wean yourself off of chicken? Because I think like I'm probably gonna be an accidental vegan because I'm kind of pescatarian now, but the wings, I can't get up off them wings.
This is what you do, sis. First of all, you have to be honest with yourself. We don't love the wings. We love the flavor on the outside of the wings. There's not a lot of meat on the wing. They gave Black people the wing because there wasn't no meat on it. We be sitting there eating 20 wings trying to get full because it ain't no meat on the bone, y'all. Y'all are sucking on the buffalo sauce. Y'all are sucking on the lemon pepper. You can put that same seasoning on an oyster mushroom, put that mug in your air fryer or in your deep fryer, and it tastes just as good. You can do the same thing with cauliflower. I know people get mad and go, "Oh, I hate when vegans say
No, I've had that.
cauliflower tastes like chicken," but
It's
you're not.
good.
Thank you. You're not in love with the chicken. You're not in love with the wings. You're in love with the struggle, just like eating crab legs. You're doing all this struggling, cracking all this open to get this little sliver of meat out. You just felt like doing an adventure. It wasn't about the food because you could have just had an actual meal with a spoon or a fork. But I would just encourage people to try the plant-based version of it. But before I cut out, because I was pescatarian, I ate chicken and fish for years, thinking that was a healthier option because that's what I was taught. And then I started reading these books and watching these videos about what they are also doing to our bodies because fish, I think fish is something that we're supposed to eat as a human. I think that whatever you believe spiritually, whoever created us, I think they created everything to have a diet. So if you can reach out and grab your diet and bite into it and be healthy, then that's part of your diet. I can grab fruits and vegetables and eat it. That's part of my diet. I can't grab a cow and bite into it and be healthy. I need to do a lot of things to it for it to be edible. I can't grab a pig and just bite into it and be healthy. But fish, I can grab that and eat that raw. Unfortunately, our waters are so dirty and polluted with, the mob's, last kill or oil spill or whatever. So it's really hard to find clean waters. And so then there's fish that are farm raised versus wild caught. And farm raised usually has been injected with a lot of hormones and the water they were in was dirty and chemical based and that has mercury and that's causing cancer. So if you're going to be pescatarian, you got to kind of be picky. And it's annoying. So I think vegans just go, you know what? I'll just not eat any of it because you can't really tell where the fish came from when you're out shopping or whatever. So to answer your question in the longest way possible, I watched videos and read books that showed me what your insides look like when you eat chicken. And I was like, oh, I don't want my insides to look like that. And then I saw people that were getting healthier when they got rid of the chicken. And then I did a 10-day lemonade diet, the one that Beyonce always does with the cayenne pepper, the maple syrup, and the lemon. I had done it before, before she was who she is. I tried that for 10 days and I told myself during it, when I come off this, I'm not going to eat animal products anymore. And my taste buds changed because when you cleanse, your taste buds will change and you can easily bring in what you want to bring in. And I just chose not to bring that in. So you can't just quit cold turkey because the chicken going to be calling you. But if you do a cleanse and then make up your mind, you can accomplish it. But if you don't make up your mind, as soon as you see chicken, you'll be like, oh, I changed my mind. So it doesn't tempt me at all.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try something because that chicken, it calls me every day.
It's the seasoning, sis. Which kind of chicken you like? Lemon pepper, the buffalo, the crispy, the fried?
I don't care what flavor it is.
All of that can be made vegan.
I've been trying to do better by baking it instead of frying it. So, I mean, but
that's a start. That's a start.
No, it's calling though.
Trust me.
Segue over because I like to know you more than just your career and what you do. So who is your favorite rapper and singer and why?
Oh Lord, favorite rapper. I'm really into like hip hop music. So I listen to a lot of people. I think Eminem is super talented. I love listening to, I have a talent show that I do every Tuesday. I have one coming up in a few hours because we're recording this on a Tuesday. And there's a brother that nobody knows of right now. Not nobody knows of, but he's up and coming and he's on the streaming sites. His name is Southern Rez. I really love his music. I like I like Drake. He always makes hits. I mean, I don't know. His lyrics aren't up there with like I like Lil Wayne's lyrics. You know, Lil Wayne, his looks or whatever, but his lyrics are really,
His
really
punchlines always get me.
yes. And I'm like, is this what being high off a Percocet will do? Because he's really good with his lyrical ability. So Lil Wayne, Drake, Eminem. I'm really into Meg Thee Stallion right now. I loved Cardi B's first album that came out with I Like It with the Spanish on there and with the hip hop. Like I liked how she blended the two. I'm just proud of the ladies right now. Yeah, I think those are my people. And you said singer. Did I throw a singer in there? I don't even be listening to R&B anymore. I used to love R&B. Right now, I guess I'll say Jhené Aiko. She's killing it with her sexy songs. She's adorable, and she sneaks in all this sexy cussing and raunchiness. And I'm like, yeah, sis, talk your shit. Talk your shit.
I like her lyrically. I don't know if she's my favorite vocalist, but lyrically, I like her.
Yeah, no. She ain't no Mariah Carey in the 90s with the vocals.
Right.
No. She's not that. But she's somebody that I can listen to and be like, hey, of course I love Trey Songz. He's making way more music than we can ever listen to. His albums be like 40 tracks long. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, I like Trey. What'd you say? What'd you say?
He making albums like a sex tape,
I forgot about that sex tape. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a typical people for R&B. I used to listen to R&B religiously, but then people like, R. Kelly, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Can't listen to him anymore. Thank you. I think I just got an Amazon package delivered. Like I said, they're always at the door. Yeah, but
I mean, I don't condone anything R. Kelly did, but I'm still gonna listen to his music. I'm sorry.
I still do too. And I don't feel guilty because he doesn't own the rights to his music. He doesn't own his publishing. So he's not making any money off of this. And he wrote for so many other people that I would have to look up the catalog and be like, okay, that Michael Jackson song I can't listen to. I can't listen to this. I can't listen to that. There's so much stuff he was behind. He produced the beats for people. I would lose a lot of my collection if I had to like really mute R. Kelly. So he
told you exactly what was going on in his songs, though. He said he don't mean it. So I mean, just let it go, like for real.
He described every part of his life in those songs, and we was just listening, like, okay, Pied Piper, leading the kids. Oh wait, Pied Piper. Like we listened to it all. So you're right. You're absolutely
right. What are some words of wisdom you would give any upcoming entertainer or entrepreneur?
Words of wisdom. Some of my favorite quotes are: "The only thing stopping you is you when you stop." I'll say it again. The only thing stopping you is you when you stop. So don't let anybody tell you you're not good enough or you don't have enough money or that you need to do it this way. Just continue to pursue your goal, because I would have been a lot further along if I didn't stop so many times along the way for whatever distractions that I allowed to get in between me and my goal. Another favorite quote of mine is: hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And you'll look at somebody and be like, why do they have all that? I'm funnier.
People in the back.
I'm prettier. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And you will see the people who work the hardest have a lot more success than you, who may look better and may, know more people, or you may be more trained, but that person believes in themselves more than you. You let fear make you sit there, or you let perfectionism make you sit there, and you're waiting on the perfect graphic or the perfect date to launch your show, or you're waiting on the perfect role to accept whatever you're waiting on. Hard work beats talent while talent works hard. Talent doesn't work hard. So you're over there and they're up here because they're like, oh, well, I'm gonna figure it out as I go. And they just killing it. So those are two of my favorite quotes.
I know. That's all. Take the first step. That's all you need.
Exactly. Oh, and another quote I love is: successful people finish what they start. Because we all have great ideas. We all have great ideas. We could do so much more if we actually executed those ideas. And when you look at the difference between your great idea and then you see somebody else be like, oh man, I had that idea. But guess what? They actually did something with it, because successful people finish what they start.
That's it. Yeah. So we are moving on to our segments. We have Kiss or Diss. These are celebrity crushes, and you're going to decide who you're kissing and who you're dissing.
Okay. Hopefully I know these people, because I'm not good with names, but let's see.
Michael B. Jordan or Michael
Kiss.
E. Wait, no, you got to pick one. Michael B. Jordan.
I just told you, whoever is going against Michael B. Jordan, I'm kissing Michael B. Jordan.
You didn't even hear the other person.
Kiss Michael B. Jordan. I said what I said.
Okay.
You said Michael Ealy. Yeah, I would have to diss him because Michael B. Jordan is my baby.
Okay. Idris Elba or Boris Kojo? Who you kissing? Who you dissing?
Idris, I like him chocolatey. Okay. I'm kissing him.
Morgan Freeman or Forrest Whitaker? Who you kissing? Who you dissing?
Hilarious. I'm gonna go with dang, Morgan's been old for such a long time.
He's Benjamin
And
Button.
he is. No, you think he's going backwards? Because he was great. I feel like he was gray
He's
haired.
been old forever. Like
Yeah, my whole life he was gray haired. I have heard from a friend of a friend dated Forrest Whitaker and said he was the sweetest guy in the world, and she couldn't stay with him because she didn't like his eye. And she didn't know he was going to blow up the way that he did. And she was being a typical girl, like, girl, there's something wrong with his eye. So I'm gonna
give him a patch and keep it moving.
I'm gonna give Forrest this one. I'm gonna kiss Forrest.
All right, so we are now moving on to our D.A.Qs, which is dumbass questions. They're just random questions I want answers to. What is the dumbest lie you've been told by a person that you were dating?
Dumbest lie. I've been lied to so many times. It's so sad. Dumbest lie was I was dating a guy who was standing me up, and then he told me that he was late because he was doing something for me. He was preparing a surprise for me, and that he was doing it with his best friend, and that I was just going to love the surprise when I saw it and to trust him. And he never showed up, and I never to this day saw that surprise. And yeah, it sounded
was a surprise. He didn't show up. So
yeah, that's a good point.
For $50,000, would you legally change your name to Stank Ass for 2 years?
For 50,000?
50,000.
That's not enough money. No, I'm Tanjareen for that amount of money.
If you could body slam someone and crip walk on their face, anybody from your past with no consequences, who would it be?
I'm such a nice person inside, you guys. I don't have enemies. Body slam and crip walk on their face is such a funny visual. First of all, Michelle, you're hilarious. Body slam and crip walk. Maybe my ex that strangled me. I would probably want to body slam him. He strangled me and assaulted me. I would probably, yeah. I think he deserves.
He needs to die.
He deserves a body slam and a crip walking. Can a gun be included in the?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, all of that goes to him for sure,
for
sure. And he's a comedian now.
Oh. Okay. Well, just let me know where I need to go so I can boo.
Thank you.
We don't condone violences. I mean, we'll lay hands, but that's only if you provoke. So,
amen.
What is the worst business name you can give a free clinic?
Herpes R Us.
Horrible. Okay.
I don't know. It's the first thing that came to mind.
So we are moving on to what grinds my gloss. So name one of your pet peeves.
Pet peeves are people who text me hi or hey or Tanj and just leave it at that. Because to me, that's a waste of a text because you want something. So I appreciate the greeting. So go ahead on that next line, put what you want. Don't make me write back hi. And then how's your day going? Oh, fine. What do you want?
Get to the point, right?
Put all that in the same text. Hi, how's your day going? This is what I want to know. The reason text is great is because there's no chit chat. There's no small talk. You get to the chase. But people try to chit chat and small talk in a text, and it grinds my gears because I don't need that. Put it all in one.
It grinds your gloss.
It grinds my gloss. I need some gloss. Let me put my lip balm on. It grinds my lip balm because I don't need it. Pretend that you're paying for text. Pretend we still have to pay 10 cents each, like back in the day. Put it all together. Save your money. I hate wet doorknobs because I don't know what the wetness is. Did you not dry your hands after you washed them? Did you not dry your hands after you grabbed your dick? I don't know what the wetness is. So I don't like wet doorknobs. That really bothers me. It really grinds my lip balm.
Now, what grinds my gloss is people that want to tell you how to run your business. First of all, I accept all constructive criticism. But if you ain't never constructed shit, please don't tell me what the hell to do. Find you some business, then tell me about mine. That's all.
Look, I'm over here telling you, sis, I want to help you with your social media.
No.
But
That's different because you in the lane that I'm trying to be in. But
Okay,
I'm talking about your homegirl that's a telemarketer that call you like, what you need to do is know, but what you need to do is get a dental plan and get about my face. That's what you need.
See, not a dental plan. I love you.
So, like, you still sitting here trying to figure out how you're gonna make ends meet, but you're gonna tell me what I need to do though. Okay.
That part.
But now, last but not least, before we get out of here, I'm introducing you to a game that me and my homeboy DJ All-Star created. It's a game called SingADoo. So it is a musical game, and what you're doing is you're singing the melody of the song, but you can only use the word do. You got me?
Say it again. Singing a song, but I can only use the melody.
We have different genres, and we have different songs on these cards. And what you're doing is singing the melody that's on the card, but you can only use the word do.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do a couple, so you guess the song, and I'm gonna let you do some.
Okay.
All right. So we have R&B and hip hop. We got greatest hits, pop Billboard hits, country rock, SingADoo favorites, old school TV themes, and party and dance hits. What category you want to do?
Hip hop.
All right. Let's see here. I'm on the wrong side. Okay. I don't know if I can do this. I'm gonna try it. Do 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 do. Shoot, that is not right. Hold on.
You set me up to fail, sis.
I know. I set myself up when you said hip hop because I don't know this song like this. I'm gonna do what I know. How about that?
Am I supposed to guess what it is?
Yes.
And then when it's my turn,
I can do. This is R&B though.
Okay.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do. You ain't guess. You gotta guess.
I'm not guessing because I thought I could do it with you, and then you switched it up, and I'm like, oh, I don't know that song.
What did you think it was?
I didn't, but I was just gonna go with you. Do 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 do, and then you went do do.
I was doing the verses.
Okay, it's not Stevie Wonder, right?
No.
Dag. Okay.
I'm gonna try it again. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
That sounds so familiar. Oh my god, I would be so bad at the Shabazz game that Jamie Foxx used to host. I mean Shabazz. What was it called? Shazam. Shabazz. Lord have mercy. Bean pies. Anybody? Do 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 do. Dang, I do know this. I don't know. I need a hint. Who is it?
Baby Boy. Beyonce. Baby Boy, you say on my mind.
And what was that? The oohs and the ahs that you went, dude. That's what threw me off. That was great. And anybody watching this is gonna be like, how did she not know that? They're gonna say they knew it, even if they didn't, because they get to watch it.
We do SingADoo Sundays live, so we're gonna have you on the live one time, but you need to practice because I'm gonna
No, I want to suck like this. I want to be bad. I want to be bad like this. This is funny. I should have known. All right, that.
I'm gonna do another one. Do 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 do.
Oh, I know that too.
Do.
I keep on falling in and out of love.
There you go. Come on now.
Yay!
All right, last one. Do.
Can we talk for a minute?
You got it.
Can we talk?
There we go. All right, so I'm gonna let you do it. Hopefully, you can get your dues right. So I'm gonna hold the card up, and once you pick out the song you want to do, I'm gonna put it down.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Do 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 do.
Oh, blow the whistle.
Yeah. Oh, that's too easy. Hold it up higher, please, so I can see the last one. Oh, I don't know that last one. Okay, here we go. Do 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 do.
Living in the NBA. I don't.
What'd you say? NBA. Pop.
Okay. Do it again.
Do 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 Do.
What is that?
Party in the USA.
Okay, I was close. There's somebody in the A. I didn't know. I can't the A, but hey, I was close. All right, last one.
What is that? Oh, okay. Let's see. This will be too easy. Wait, hold it up again. Let me see if I'm gonna do this next one instead. Okay. Yeah, this will be easy. Do 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 do.
Oh, Footloose.
Yeah. Super easy.
All right, well, that is how you play SingADoo. If you are interested in SingADoo, you can get it at SingADoo.com. And Tanjareen, please tell everybody how they can find you, and most importantly, how they can find your merchandise.
Oh, yes, I do have merch. I have shirts that say 80% vegan, 20% mind your business. And I got shirts that say plant-based. It's what that mouth do, with a big old mouth on it, with a cherry sexily coming out of it. I got shirts that say I got that juice box. It's for the girls, and for the guys, I got shirts that say I want that juice box. I have shirts that say wife piece. If you feel like you wifey material, wife piece is a shirt for you. And there's shirts, there's masks, there's mugs, there's hoodies, there's leggings. I have 2 shows that I'd love to promote as well every Tuesday and Thursday live. I have a Tanjareen's Top Talent show that I do on Facebook and YouTube at 3:00 Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. That is an open mic virtual talent showcase. So you guys can come in, click the link, and just show us what you got. I give everybody 2 minutes to do whatever they're good at, whether you're singing, acting, dancing, doing comedy, drawing something, doing poetry, whatever. That's every Tuesday, Tanjareen Tuesday, 3 Pacific, Tanjareen's Top Talent. Thursdays, I do a live dating game show called Shoot Your Shot. And it is super, super fun. I take a person of notoriety in TV, film, or the internet, and I bring them on camera, and then I let people click in and come shoot their shot at the person for the first and only interactive quarantine dating game show. That's also Facebook and YouTube, 3:00, but that's on Thursdays. So if you follow me on Instagram or join my Discord, you'll be very, very updated. My Discord is live. It's fun. If you don't know what Discord is, just join it, and then the instructions will be in there. But that is an up close and personal time to network with me. And everything I do is in my link tree on my bio on Tanjareen.com, on Instagram at Official Tanjareen, Facebook Official Tanjareen. Just type it in, spell like this. That's the only reason I'm wearing it. It's not cold here. I just want y'all to see how to spell my name. So you can find me, follow me, and let's have some fun. Official Tanjareen on Instagram, Official Tanjareen on Facebook, Official Tanjareen on Twitch, and it's regular Tanjareen on everything else.
I know that's right. Well, that has been another episode of Kandid Kisses TV. Make sure you tune in every Monday and Tuesday Eastern Standard Time at 2 p.m. And if you haven't liked and commented or subscribed by now, you are slipping and you're pimping. Hurry up. That's all I'm going to say.
Thanks for having me, Michelle C.
No problem.
Kandid Kisses TV is sponsored by SingADoo. Did you do it today?
SingADoo.
SingADoo.
Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it? Can you do it like this? Can you do it real quick?
Pew! Go get it! Go get it!
Pick a card up. Pick your genre. Can you do it right? You're gonna wanna, bruh. It's first to 21. We'll get the job done. So grab your friends and fam, cause it's a lot of fun. Some do it with some class, but make it real fast. This time is kinda tricky. Can you do it in 6 weeks? Let's go. Get your copy today at SingADoo.com.
Make sure you like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. And tune in every Monday and Thursday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you feel it in your heart, go ahead and donate. No dollar amount is too small. Kandid Kisses TV, baby. Not your typical interview, y'all. Wait, I can't forget. If you haven't already, check out artistperiod.com. Kandid Kisses TV has merchandise. Check us out on artistperiod.com. ARTISTPERIOD. Period.